Well, this is unexpected. Do you fancy a wool chat? I am just sitting down. I have finished my flax light and I'm just sitting down because I have got all the ends to weave in. It has been blocked, so it's all ready to go, and I will try it on for you once I've sewn in all my ends. So yeah, I'm really pleased with it. But yes, it's taken a while to finish this because I haven't been knitting, and that's why I haven't brought out a video at all for quite a while with my knitting. I did show you beginning of October, I just cast on a little bit of a sock. That's disappeared. We'll come back to that later. But I have been concentrating on, when I did want to start knitting again, I was just concentrating on this to get this finished, and yeah, I just love it. I really love it. I love the feel of this yarn. It's the Drops Nord and it's in the goldenrod colour. It's alpaca wool polyamide blend and it's super soft and nice. It's a 4-ply fingering weight yarn. It's the Flax light that I've knit with it. And yeah, so what happened? Why wasn't I knitting? Well, I am a multi-crafter, as you may know, so I do love my cross stitch, and I've been drawn to my cross stitch more. I don't know what it was. It's one of those things where you just don't want to pick up the knitting, and whenever I did pick it up, I was thinking, no, I don't really want to do this. So yeah, it just goes through. I knew it would come back. It always comes back. But there was 2 things I think that prompted me to start knitting again. One of them was we went to the Ali Pali, to the knitting and stitching show in London, and there was so much yarn there, and I thought, I'm not going to pick up anything. I'm not going to, because I knew I wasn't knitting. I knew I had a sweater to finish and wool to do other things. I thought, I'm not going to buy anything. And I came away thinking, after seeing all like the demo sweaters and things, thinking, oh, knitting. And yeah, and then something else happened. Was I went down a bit of a rabbit hole on YouTube, as we do, but this was to do with colour analysis. I don't know if you've seen it. That's used to be done in like the 80s, going slightly into the 90s, where you'd have your colours done to see what colours suit you, and I never really knew what colours. I went for more the deep red, sort of pinky sort of tones, but I wasn't really sure what I was. All I knew was like a sort of dirty salmon pink really didn't suit me, and there was terracotta was around in the 80s as well, sort of late 80s, 90s, and that really didn't suit me when I tried that. So I tried to stay away from that, but apart from that, I thought I was very much like black, red, sort of quite hard sort of colours suited me when I was younger. So I was seeing these videos popping up, so I went down the rabbit hole. And so if you do that, then you'll find that for a few days, you start picking up like cushions. I was like, does this suit me? Doesn't it suit me? Does this suit me? Does it suit me? And yeah, it was really interesting how when you see somebody have their colours done, how it brings out their eyes and it changes their face. Sometimes they look healthier. And so I went down that rabbit hole. And so that made me start thinking about what colours I should be wearing. And of course, I've knitted things that I shouldn't be wearing. And yeah, so I was starting to think about what colours I should be wearing, and it should be, I think, to an untrained eye, I think I am a warm summer. No, I'm not. I'm a warm spring, which means I should have quite saturated, clear colours, but quite bright. And I think that is the best one for me. So I'm hoping this is bright enough. I'll put it down here if I can, show you the colours I should be having. So I'm hoping this comes in with it, because I think this is quite a honey yellow, and I think honey yellow comes into it. So obviously through the camera and settings, it could be like, no, Tina. But I do think, before I used to always think, don't go for yellow because I'm sure I've got yellow in my skin, it makes me look more jaundiced. But I'm actually thinking that it does actually make my eyes come out. But one of the problems is that my glasses are pink, and so that is a cool colour, so that doesn't help. But at £300 a pop when you go to opticians, I'm not going to be running back down there. So yeah, getting back to one of the other reasons why I was drawn back to knitting is, when looking at clothing in shops, you think, well, it's going to be so hard to find the colours that I want to have for my colour palette now. And you think, well, obviously if you knit, it's like if you make your own clothes, then you can choose the colours. There's so many. We have the array of all the colours, and we can knit what designs we like in all of the colours. So it makes sense to then just go back into the knitting. So I picked it back up because I thought, yes, this is definitely something I want to finish. So I went back and finished that. I have ordered some more yarn in some colours I think will be right. But my taste has changed as well, I think, in what I want to knit. And I think this is another reason why I stopped, my knitting stopped, because I couldn't find a pattern that I was excited about. And there are beautiful patterns out there. And so I couldn't understand why I wasn't excited to knit any of them. And that's why I went for a flax light. And it's like, actually, this is what I'm drawn to. Block colour, simple, that is what I'm picking out of my wardrobe. And so if I'm going to try and bring in the colours to wear that are going to make me feel happy, because these are happy colours, so I do like that they're happy colours. That's another thing with looking around the shop. There's so many sludgy, dull colours that don't appeal to me, that I want to be knitting bright colours that are punchy. But also, if I'm going to be having slightly brighter colours, then I don't want too much going on, because then that will put me off wearing them, because I'll be feeling like I'm saying, hello, it's me, when that's not what I want to do. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I'm trying to go with my colour palette, but the things I'm going to be knitting are going to be just block colours, simple designs. And whereas before I was a product and a process knitter, then I suppose I am really, but I'm just keeping it simple. So really my motivation is that I want the end product. But also, with just having simpler designs, it means that I've got that balance, because I was cross-stitching more. When you're actually looking at a chart for knitting and then looking at a chart for cross-stitch, when I want to do something, it's like, which am I going to do? It's hard to decide which one do I want to do, cross-stitch or knitting. Whereas it feels two different spaces. If I want something just relaxing that I can just get on with and not look at a chart, I can pick up knitting. If I feel like I want something that I'm going to be concentrating on, then I can pick up my cross stitch. And so I can hopefully bring the two together, which is my favourite crafting place to be, is do a bit of one and the other all at the same time, and then I'm very happy. So that is really where I am. So I am going to carry on and finish off all my ends, and then I will show you what it's looking like. I finished playing all the Let's Find All the Ends game, where you think you found all the ends and then there's more. So I think I found them all. So this is how it is looking. So it has come out at a 41, 42 inch chest, and it weighs just over 350 grams for this size on me. As I said, it is a fingering 4-ply weight. The sleeves I just did straight, but then at the cuff I just knit one, knit two together, knit one, knit two together, all the way around, just to bring it in. So it's just giving me that relaxed, easy sleeve but I wanted the cuff on the end because I don't like it when they're big at the bottom, and as soon as you try and do anything, they end up in the soup. So I like sleeves I can control. So that is how I did the sleeves, and that's it. Just very simple. I'm sure I said this is the Flax light, and it's a simple raglan. So you start top down, start at the neck. I didn't do any short row shaping. I just literally did the neck, and I did less stitches, but then added them on before the body because I didn't want it to be too big. And then it's raglan shaping, and yeah, just straight down. I did a little bit extra length on the ribbon. I just did it to the length I like, which is where my leg comes up on the crease. That's where I like it. So it's a bit more coverage at the back. That's how it looks at the back. So yeah, just plain, simple, but just letting the bright yellow do the talking. So that's the look I'm going for at the moment. What do you think? Be kind. As the saying goes, say something nice or don't say anything at all. Just unsubscribe. So let's go and have a look at what I'm knitting on now. Okay, so at the beginning of October, I was knitting on some socks that I said were no more. I realised that one of the reasons I wasn't picking up my socks is because I don't need any socks. I know. I'm a sock knitter that says I'm not knitting socks because I don't need any. I can't say where my head's at. I'm just going with how I feel at the moment. Oh, dropped it on the floor. Okay, so dropping everything now. Okay. So this yarn, Drops Nord, once again. This is the green, obviously. It is the number 19 green. There's a couple of greens in this. This is the 19. And I thought this colour is another one of my colours for a warm spring. Now the easiest way from looking on the interwebs, watching these videos, somebody said about, I shall put a link to my favourite colour analyst videos down below if you wanted to go down that rabbit hole. But the easiest way I found to see if a colour's warm or cool is to go by jewellery. So if it looks better with gold, then it's a warm tone. I don't know if I can hold this so you can see. So if it looks better with gold, it's a warm tone. And if it looks better with silver, it's a cool tone. So obviously green has got a lot of blue in it, which is cool, but it's also got yellow. And I think this is a warm. It's not coming out the right colour. If I hold it back, it's probably going to come more as the right colour. Also, has been said that if you choose colours in that little section of the colour wheel for your colour section, then in theory all the colours should blend together, so you should be able to wear, if you're trying to build a wardrobe with those colours, you should be able to wear those colours with each other. I think it will get too bright for me to have. I think I'm going to have to tone it down. Whereas having a bright top and then wearing jeans, because I wear jeans most of the time, then that's going to dull it down a bit. But to have like trousers this colour and then a top, it'd be like Michael Portello, wouldn't he? If you don't know who he is, it doesn't matter, but he will have a salmon pink jacket and then bright blue trousers or bright green trousers and then bright yellow somewhere else. And yeah, he does his thing. I don't know if he's had his colours done. But yeah, so I thought this colour is actually a good colour for me. And so I wanted to use it. So I thought, what do I actually want? I thought, well, a lot of my little cowls, they're not the right colours now that I know. So, and it's right by my face. So I thought I'd use this for a cowl. So that's what I'm doing. It's just a Sockhead. Well, it's based on a Sockhead cowl. I didn't go with what they use. I have cast on 120 because I've got a scrawny little chicken neck and a little head. I've gone for less stitches. I believe it's 140 for the Sockhead hat. It is a free pattern on Ravelry. I shall put a link down below. But once you've made it, that means you can just go with whatever numbers are best for you. So I did 120 cast on, then I did the 2x2 rib, and then it's just straight stockinette, and then you have the rib at the other end as well. And what this rib does, it means that it stands up. So if you're wearing a jacket, you've got that nice stand up part to keep the cold out. I did only 3 inches on the pattern. I believe it's 4 inches a rib, but I got fed up after 3. So yeah, just a block colour. So I'm hoping that is going to be a good colour for me and make me look healthy and fresh. We shall see. So yeah, I've about halfway through because I'm coming to quite the end of that 50 gram ball. I've got another 50 grams so I can make it as long as I want to, but then, as I say, you've got that part that sticks up and then this was squished down and then you've got the ribbing at the bottom. So that's what I'm working on at the moment. As I said, I'm waiting for some yarn to come from Wool Warehouse. I have 2 sweater quantities come in of Drops Nord, of course, because that seems to be my favourite. And there was, yeah, I could tell you what colours I'm ordered, but I'll let you wait and see in the next video. So thank you so much for joining me. It's been really nice chatting, knitting with you. I hope you're enjoying whatever you're knitting on, and I shall see you again soon. Take care. Bye for now.